Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. I want to thank all of our listeners from all over the world. Please do subscribe and share if you're not already. All right, let's get into it.
We got to hear the rest of this. But the moral to that story, people, is so if you're doing lucid dreaming, that means you can control your dreams. So anything that you are thinking is going to happen. So what you did is you manifested the crab crawling up your leg. Like, just don't do that. Manifest it going away.
I mean,
right?
That's one hell of a thing to manifest is some crabs.
Right. Ooh, you want to hear something funny? I know you do. So in my high school, there was an epidemic of crabs, right? And I got them hardcore. Not fun.
Crab core.
I got them from the toilet seat at the high school.
I told my girlfriend the same thing. Smart man he is, Dave Smith.
Right? So this is what we tell the women in our life. Yes, I got it from the high school, but I called up Planned Parenthood and I'm right. So a friend of mine's got these symptoms.
Yeah. Or how many of those calls they fucking get.
Oh, dude, exactly. So
I got these crabs from riding in a plane, just too full of demons is where I got these crabs.
Yep. Yeah. So this friend of yours, Keith, do they live with you? Are they in the room with you right now?
Are you lying to me?
Yeah, exactly. But no, then my mom saw my fucking prescription bottle that I got, right? Like, and she's like, "What the fuck? You bring these goddamn critters into my house?" I'm like, "Oh man."
They're like their species, which they are.
It was horrible, dude. You like comb your pubic hair, and these literally, like, they look like little crabs. They fall on the toilet water, and you can see them on the surface of the water. It's the most disgusting thing ever.
Well, they sound adorable to me because I didn't have them.
Yeah, they's the cutest little critters. Yeah, I mean, you just want to raise up a whole bunch of them crotch critters. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you just want to get you a whole little critter cradle full of them.
I mean, next thing you know, you're gonna stop washing because you just wants to raise some crotch cheese for them to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no. I mean, I just want to grow up to be good lobsters.
Oh, there you go. Well, you got to feed them the crotch cheese, get them big, nice and big, before you can throw them in the pot.
I'm trying to lean away from this crotch cheese as hard as I can.
All right. Well, you could feed them some toe cheese.
Oh man.
I mean, but you got to be raising something.
Hey, man, that story reminded me of something so funny, dude. Like when my girlfriend and I first started dating, like I went to a trip to Indiana with her
before the crotch cheese.
And whenever like her book bag was open, there's a pill bottle in there. I'm an ex-drug addict, so what do you think I'm gonna do? I look at it.
You kidding me? You look at it, you're like, will cause drowsiness. I'll take 2.
Yeah, like I'm gonna drink it.
Don't operate
better with alcohol.
Don't operate machinery? Shit, I'll take 3.
I do it better on them. It's like,
oh, we're the same person, bro.
I'm garbage. No, I found Valtrex, and I was like, huh. And so I started having an existential crisis, panic attack, and sat down on the bed.
This shit didn't get me high, but now I feel really weird. I'm getting an inverted herpes shanker.
It's like all my ingrown hairs went away when I took this.
All of a sudden, I got a reverse dimple on my dick. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, for real.
It says it's for the treatment of chancres. Well, I didn't have no chancre, but now I got a reverse dimple. Oh God, what's happening to my dick?
That dick. But
give me that dick. Yeah, I got a big old blister. I got a big old blister on the head of my dick. Yeah.
You have one mode, and it's go, 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 and I love it.
Well, you know what? My name, I come up with a name. It is, and it has to do with a condition that we talk about right now. My name, it's Herpai Shankur. You like?
thought it was herpes simplex. But
Yes, it's my sister. Yes.
oh man, to finish that real fast, man. I
Oh,
sat
I
there and
like to finish too. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm a giver to myself only. But I sit there in like this crisis mode, wondering what I should do because I know what Valtrex is for. And for anybody that doesn't know, it's for herpes. So my girlfriend's the sweetest person in the world. She doesn't even curse. I mean, she doesn't smoke cigarettes because cigarettes. She doesn't have tattoos because people with tattoos are bad people, obviously. And
But
you know,
apparently, she didn't tell you she had herpes.
right? And I was in just panic mode. I said, "Hey, baby," when she comes in. I said, "Oh my God, is there anything that you want to tell me?" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "What are these?" And she's like, "Oh,
That's a
I
serious
get cold."
discussion, bro.
She's like, "I get cold sores in the wintertime on my lip." So they prescribe it for that too. And so I was left there like
The
an
same.
asshole.
No. Slow your roll, bro. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's caused by the same virus. Is all it is, but it's a different.
So she could have got it from kissing, or she could have got it from sucking dick.
Kissing
But
cousins.
if she sucks your dick or kisses you when she has an outbreak, you're going to have it wherever she kisses you. It's the same thing. There is no difference
Oh
between um, the
well,
on
I
your
shouldn't
on
say.
the prick and on your lip variety.
Oh yeah, it's different whenever
Same thing.
it's just so cold. Like, what is the difference? Like the Paul, I can't remember it. Damn it, I had this in my
It's
head.
like herpes simplex 1 and 2, I think is what it is.
Yeah, one is like
But it's basically the same thing. Like,
the
oh
things
shit.
little just a little pop bump on your lip because I've had those before when I was growing up. Like, but they
Oh,
I always
and they're painful as hell.
right every time you poke it, it's just like zzz, and your body
Ah! Yeah,
yeah,
and they last
just like
for weeks.
and then you laugh because you have a good time.
And then yes, and you try not to kiss your sister when you have this blister, or you give the blister to your sister. Oh, it's not good.
Well, how are we going to find my sister a good husband if we can't get her clear of this herpes? You know,
The only way you make a good wife is to kiss the sister to make sure you teach her to kiss well. You know, it's good. It's a good.
eyes, eyes closed, eyes closed.
Eyes closed, legs open. That's how we do in Uzbekistan. Yes, very nice.
Oh, Benjamin's got a question here. Let's see what we
Benjamin
got.
Amour.
Benjamin Amaro.
Yeah, Keith knows what I'm talking about. So it's one of the all-time crimes of our generation. But girls like that, unfortunately, use literally the wrong way so many fucking times that
Just
Webster's
upspeak.
dictionary said, you know what? Fuck it. You guys can have it back. So now literally means figuratively and literally. So it literally means fucking nothing. So the word is dead. It's completely useless. And yeah, we know we have to blame for that. I don't want to point fingers, but kind of just did.
The
You figure a little.
millennials, we can point the finger at the millennials. And Webster, ultimately Webster, because it's up to Webster to be like, no, bitch, rules of English. Haha, learn them.
Webster let bling into the fucking dictionary, so I don't even.
So there you
It's not
go. So Webster went Wikipedia on us, is what they did, right?
It went
That's
Urban Dictionary.
Right, because what they're supposed to do is be the definitive, like we're supposed to be able to find out the true meaning and the origin of the word. Yes, of our sacred language,
I just
my
want
dear
to.
lad. But that just pisses me off. That like literally, because it does not mean figuratively. It means the opposite of figuratively.
Yeah, the complete antithesis of it. I mean, you can't get any further opposite.
So
But no,
now, like he just said, the word means nothing. So now we can delete the word from the like. Just quit fucking saying it because it doesn't mean anything. Every time
normalize
somebody says
people
that,
that say figuratively
every time somebody says
or
literally,
literally.
like my
Literally,
skin just curls, dude. My skin just curls, like, because it's such like a millennial catchphrase. And you know the other one that pisses me off, and I'm probably just weird, but this pisses me off.
like,
I I feel like you don't. No, that's not a feeling. You're thinking. A feeling is anger, sadness, you know, hatred, you know,
an
like
effect.
I feel like it was last year or like June 15th. No, you think it was last year, June 15th. That's not a fucking feeling. But the millennials, I feel like I don't care. First of all, I don't care what you feel like. And second
Yeah,
of all, that's not a fucking feeling, idiot.
that's the problem. Like, there's a whole generation of people that we raised to think that their opinions were super important, and
You know why? Because we give them a fucking trophy for participating.
I know. I mean, I never got one. I mean, I never got one for participating either. But that was fair.
No. And you know what was good? You know what was good about that, Keith? I never grew up with the delusion that I could be like a pro baseball player, right? Because how many people are like fucking 0.00%, something like a rock star, right? Million garage bands. Who makes a career out of it? Not many. So you don't
Just
want
the
to fill
rock star.
kids, right? Just the rock stars, just the basketball players, just the baseball players. And there aren't that many of them.
Genetic freaks.
Genetic freaks, right? So to raise somebody thinking that they can be all that, like, I mean, you're really doing them a disservice. Because, like, I grew up thinking I could be president, I could be an astronaut, like bullshit. I could be like a school teacher, I could be a bus driver, maybe I could be on the radio. You know, like, come on,
Yeah.
give me some realistic goals.
See, I grew up and I thought I could be a comedian one day. So right here at my expectations, bottom of the
There you
barrel.
No, bottom of the barrel. What are you talking about? That's one of the most highly esteemed professions in our society, I think.
I
I mean,
really do enjoy.
politician being the lowest, right? They're the scum of the earth.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're many blood-sucking insects. So, I mean, it even
Thank you.
says it in the name.
Yeah, fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, politicians. I mean, pick your
Bidens.
choice. What's your choice?
You
Lions
know,
and tigers and bears. Oh my!
I was thinking of a funny skit premise the other day, and it was how everybody shows these clips of Biden fucking up his speech, and he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to show, like,
And the hair on my legs.
yeah, right. But I want to show the whole family, like, laughing at him for talking that way, and then it skips like a forward a year, and that's how the family's talking to each other, just blah, 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 blah.
And they're all senile just like him. Oh, that'd
Yep.
be great. Dude, that'd be brilliant. Let me do that with you, please. That's a brilliant concept.
Right?
Can we
Normalize dementia.
Yeah, because that's what we're doing. We're normalizing fascism and dementia at the same fucking time, and corporate takeover. Just saying, because both of them, hey, brought to you by War Forever. Yeah, shop it. You know,
Right? I mean, because if you get a takeover is when someone like steals from you with a button shirt on. In other ways, just stealing.
exactly, exactly. But as soon as you got the white collar shirt, heavy starch, now
Hey.
you're looking at Club Med for a prison.
You know, I mean, I made a promise to myself, and it was if I ever go to jail again, it'll be for something white collar that my mom can be proud of.
Well, I made the same promise to myself. If I ever go to jail, it's going to be for 50 million or more.
I was like, I'm never getting out.
Right?
Mine Fox got a question.
Yeah, bring it. It's a cool cat.
Y'all are killing me, man. All right, so did somebody have a bad dream? I mean, I am enjoying this thoroughly, but did somebody have a bad dream? What's going on with the title?
Right?
Oh, man, which bad dream you don't want to talk about, mine? I mean, Mine Fox, first of all, thanks for tuning in, bro. He's I've chimed into a few of his shows. We seem to be establishing a little bit of a relationship here. He's super cool cat. So super stoked he chimed in. And
I can tell
yeah,
by the name.
what do you got to say there, Keith?
Well, terrifying dreams is whenever like I have to enter into like a fight with someone, and I keep throwing punches, and they do not land like with any impact whatsoever. It's like a baby punch, but I can feel myself throwing like full as hard as I can, and it's just like negated right at the fucking end of it, and I don't understand that. It's always bugged me like, what is this? Is this like
Oh
An
my God.
exercise
Can
of
I?
futility, or like,
Well, no, that's a fucked up dream. That's scary, right? Because your biggest effort means nothing, and then this thing just keeps coming at you, right? So
yeah,
I got another funny story to kind of chime in with that. This guy I was in rehab with, we stayed friends, and this guy was a badass, man. Like I've always been a lover, not a fighter, right? But
yeah,
but I got into in when I was in rehab, I got into lifting weights, and I went to a keg party at my hometown. I went to rehab in San Francisco, and I grew up 50 miles north of there in a little town called Novato. I went back to my hometown with a couple homies, this guy, and went to this keg party that somebody had told me about. And I see this in front of the party before I even get there. I see this guy, John Hayes, remember his name, standing out in front of the party. He bullied me through seventh and eighth grade, like religiously, right? At this point, I'm benching 250 pounds. I got like 3% body fat. I'm a rock, right? I walked right up to him. I grabbed him by his shirt, lifted him up over my head, and body slammed him to the ground. And it was the most rewarding time of my fucking life, right?
right. I
I
mean,
I literally picked this guy up over my head. I was that strong. He weighed probably 40 pounds more than I did. Didn't matter. Picked him up over my head and was like, I walked up to him, John Hayes, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, Dave Smith. Picked him up over my head, slammed him on the ground in front of everybody. And
oh
then
man,
and it was felt great. And then these two huge Samoan guys that were with him came up running, and one grabbed me from each arm, took me back 15 feet, body slammed me into a car, caved in the whole door of this car. And then this one guy is going, he's pulling his arm back like he's going to cave my whole face in. And this guy's like 400, 500 pounds, huge, huge. Like, oh my God, I would have been
well,
dead, dude. Literally, I would have been
I
dead. My
figured it
face,
was big by the 500 pounds.
my head was on the ground, so there would have been no resistance, and my head would have just gone pop, right? My best friend, I'm 5 foot nothing. My best friend is the same. With all of his might, he's holding this guy's arm back from punching my face, caving my face in, and you could see his face. He's like, oh, he's struggling, and I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna let go any minute, and then I'm dead, right? All of
Yeah.
a sudden, this guy that I didn't, and he never told me he could fight or nothing, dude. All of a sudden, my buddy Jim starts doing spinning back kicks and he laid out 5 people within like 35 seconds. Everybody's on the ground. He comes over, picks me up. He's all, come on, let's get out of here. I'm like, yeah, let's
Okay,
do
my
that.
hero.
Yeah, my hero. Right up, like, kind of had a bromance. If I was gay, I'd have been done right then, right? Like, done. We're getting
Right.
married,
It's a
like, right?
Harlequin bromance.
Oh, for real, dude. Like, the guy literally saved my fucking life, dude. Saved my fucking life.
Did you hear
Saved my
like,
life,
oh,
dude. But dude, caved a car door in with my back with two Samoan dudes running me at the car. Like, that's out of a movie,
yeah, I would watch it too.
right? I think
That's
I
just
got
a
a couple.
trailer.
I think I got a couple. Well, exactly. This is the hook. I think I got a couple scripts in me, bro. Like, of real things that happened.
Oh yeah, I do.
Like,
You know, that's of course I do.
I think you do too.
It's crazy.
But I lived in San Francisco for 20 years. So not only do I got my own stories, but I got all the shit that I saw, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't. I saw some fucked up stuff, but I orchestrated the most fucked up stuff that I've encountered. But you know, you live
Once
around
again,
where there's a lot more.
we're the same person. So like when my parents caught me with weed at 9 years old, they called a family meeting or a neighborhood meeting because they're like, ooh, like, who's the evil influence on my son? And I'm like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm the ringleader.
Yeah, it's like I did this whole thing myself.
I was running shit. Exactly. What are you talking about? These kids are innocent.
Right. Just
They never
can't
wanted to
do
believe
no,
it.
can do no harm.
Come on, you raised a leader. Be proud.
Right? I mean, I'm leading myself to my addiction, you know? I'm so I'm leading that charge.
Hey, it's better than being the follower, dude. Come on, go suck that dick. Okay.
Sure. Like, yeah, which one do you want to be in that relationship?
I would rather be the leader. Thank you very much.
Right. You
Just
know,
saying. Just
you've
saying.
seen my glasses. I look just like David Koresh in them.
Well, I love David Koresh. Are you kidding me? You brought up, okay, so you brought up one of my cult figure heroes. Have you seen Inside Waco?
Not personally, but no, I've seen the documentary.
No, the documentary. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, motherfucker, you're so funny. You cracked me up so quick, though, that I couldn't catch it. I had to, like, I'm like, oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Yeah, no, it's brutal, though, right? It's like, it's a slap in the face and the dick at the same time, right?
Oh, it's a
So
face slap.
So it confuses you because you don't know which one's like, did both of them hurt? Did that even happen? Like,
Right?
who does
I mean,
that?
I think that was the intent of it. It's like to confuse our anger so we can't point it anywhere.
Oh yeah. And meanwhile, our government assassinated 20 some odd people, bunch of them children, shot anybody that was trying to run out of the building, burned a whole building, whole complex down with people in it, and anybody that tried to escape got shot by snipers, strategically placed snipers at the exits.
Lord,
Did
you'd
you know
think that
that?
they were. Yeah,
Oh, you saw the documentary, so you know that.
yeah, you'd think that they had some kind of like a viable alternative energy thing going in there.
You'd think either they had viable alternative energy, they had a nuclear bomb, like right? Like either they were fucking with the oil industry profit, or
Hunter
what
Biden's
were they doing?
Hillary Clinton's emails.
What was it that was such a threat, or was it just a test of like, can we get away with this shit on American soil?
Oh yeah.
Without the people revolting, and we just watched it on TV, and we all went to work the next day.
Yeah, because
There was no riot.
Yeah,
there was no riot over that.
It was justified, right? That's
Dude,
what they said. So
yeah,
it had to be.
and you can believe what you want, but the people that have seen this documentary have the facts. There's ATF agents just firing their gun over their head, ta, 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 just blindly firing a pistol, just all woohoo, Wild West style.
Party bullets.
Like you're drinking around a bonfire with a bunch of friends, firing into the fire.
Saturday.
But there's people in there, and these are law officers.
It's disgusting,
Bro.
Damn.
We got so much in common, dude. This is amazing. We could do a weekly show. We should do a weekly show. Because we could go anywhere. And we've gone 42 different places tonight already. I don't even know how long we've been on. We've been on almost a couple hours, an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, let's hit a couple more messages. We got Benjamin Amour on again here. I'm loving his messages. Loving everybody.
That's nice. That's a good pun. Pun intentional. And then you followed up with landing strip. I see where this is going.
Oh, skate. Come up to the landing strip. Hey, little quagmire loves some landing strips. Skate. Oh yeah, know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I mean, well, that landing strip just goes to the Snook and Hillary Clinton sniz.
I mean, hey, and with a landing strip, it's like horseshoes and hand grenades. Close is close, man. Hey. So I landed on the clit. Sue me now. We got mind fucked.
See, miracles happen.
What did Dennis Leary say? Only in America was there going to be a guy that cocaine wasn't good enough for. That cocaine's pretty good, but I would really write something that makes my heart explode as soon as I smoke it. Where can I sign up for that? Do you have that, please?
Mine. When you do cocaine, do your heart stop?
Oh yeah, Mindfox. I think they created that. It's called ice, right? Like, oh yeah, they made crystal meth stronger because that needed to happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got methamphetamine light and then full flavor.
right? I mean, like, because you needed the full blown, right? Because, like, a line that keeps you up for 3 days, well, that's just not good enough.
No, we need
Well,
shadow people in here.
like, how does it happen, dude? So I was a 14-year-old kid in a suburban town. There was, when I was born in Novato, California, there was 15,000 people. So when I was 14, there was probably 30 to 35,000 people in Novato, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did a 14-year-old kid meet bikers that were cooking up bathtub speed?
Yeah, just curiosity, of course.
I guess entrepreneurial genes. I mean,
resourcefulness.
resourcefulness. I mean, but how?
I mean, I did
But
the
oh
same
my
thing,
God,
kind of.
right? Like there's literally a biker house a block away from our junior high on the corner, kitty corner from 7-Eleven. So talk about perfect, because you get out of school, you go to 7-Eleven, play video games, and then what's right across the street? The biker house selling weed and speed and acid.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was funny, just an oxymoron, a biker house. That never happened.
Never. No, it was a thing when I was growing up, dude. My dad was a probation officer, deputy juvenile probation officer. But in the same complex that he lived in, when my parents got divorced, when I was like 9, there was a biker apartment, and they were the first people to sell me weed at 9 years old.
Real nice guys.
Right under my dad's nose. Yeah, real nice guys, right? Luring a fucking 9-year-old in. Like, really? Wow.
Top of the top.
Talk about scumbags, right?
See, I used to have my weed dealer, like, whenever I was in high school. I'd pay him at school, and he would drive by the house and throw the weed out in a Mountain Dew bottle in the ditch, and I'd be like, oh, fucking litter bug.
I better go pick that up, damn litter bug.
Yeah, I'm part Native American.
That's smart.
That really bothers me.
See, that's smart. But yeah, no, I grew up in a very conservative household, but in a weird time in the late 70s when shit was just free flying. The Hells Angels were raging in California, especially where I was. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. Wait, in 2 different places, bro. In the same apartment complex, and then right across the street from 7-Eleven by the junior high. Like, they had it all set up.
Yeah, just trying to expand their brand.
Totally. And it worked.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So
I don't know. I don't know if was it different then than it is now, or
it was a different time. Three of the people I went to high school with ended up in San Quentin.
Shit.
One of them for getting into smuggling weapons. He broke into an army depot and stole a bunch of weapons, bro.
Hero.
Like, where are you going to sell those?
That was not thought out well.
Well, but it was. But it was tweaker thinking, right? So check this out. And this we could do a whole podcast on this. The Pendragon murders. There's this mountain in Marin County where I grew up. It's the 5th richest county in the United States, and it's got the 2nd biggest peak in California, and 3rd biggest peak, something like that. Anyway, whatever. There's a big mountain. This millionaire wanted to take over that mountain, and he had laser weaponry that he had bought. He owned it. And he was recruiting juvenile delinquents to form an army to secede from the United States. Three of the people in my hometown joined up with him, dude. And we're committing murder and stuff. This is a straight up cartoon. Yeah, and they were committing murder and this and that, and they got sloppy. And so the whole thing got busted, obviously. But
it's one thing, you just don't.
The plot came out. the plot came out, and it was nuts. Like Dr. Evil was recruiting teenagers to take over a county in California. Like, what?
Well, who better to recruit to take over a town in California than teenagers?
Yeah, exactly. But one of my neighbors, dude, this guy Steve Crossy, he lost his mind, stabbed a guy in the chest with a screwdriver, stole his because he wanted to steal the guy's Porsche, and he wound the guy up in chains. I guess he's never seen a fucking murder mystery or whatever. Wrapped the body in chains and threw it in the river. And, you know, duh, it's going to float to the top, you fucking idiot.
Sure.
Haven't you ever heard about cement boots, concrete shoes? Come on. Jesus. Talk about an amateur. But dude, he was 16. He was 16, bro.
Yeah, I've had similar things. Well, not that. Yeah, actually similar here. There's a guy that I went to school with, super quiet guy, got into drugs and killed another one of the people I went to high school with and threw him over a bridge here into the river. And
the quiet ones you got to worry about.
Yeah, the loud ones you can dismiss usually immediately, but
right, we're gonna blow off our steam, people like you and me. But it's the quiet ones that don't talk about shit. Like, ooh, it's just simmering underneath the surface that whole time. Like, uh-oh.
A little volcano of murderous intent.
She fitting to blow. She's fitting to blow, laddie.
Speaking of she's fitting, how about...
Bro. Dave, you just said something really, really important right there about, right before you started speaking about the crack cocaine. It's about the Freedom of Information Act. It was shared with me. It's actually an 82-page document about that, specifically speaking about that and the different entities within the government that are exempt from that act. It talks about it, and it talks about the different areas within such organizations as far as information being redacted and it being all completely legal under this Freedom of Information Act. It's like an addendum. It's an exemption for these government agencies to go ahead and basically write whatever the fuck they want to write and make that public information, basically. It's fucking wild, and I'll share it with you if you want.
Fuck yeah, sure. I want. Oh my God, yeah, please share it with me for sure, and I'll share that with you, Keith. But so this is the insane thing. People don't know the behind the scenes truth. Like, oh my God, there's so much information that has come out. I mean, that's just one of them. You know, another one is that Bill Clinton stopped all drug testing in the White House when he was president. Guess why? Bill Clinton loves his cocaine, I'll tell you what.
Well, but that booger sugar is nice.
That's right. He's a big fan of booger sugar. And his brother, I forget the guy's name, Bob Clinton, something, whatever. Bill Clinton's brother got, whatever. Something nobody cares about. He got busted in a sting operation in a hotel room and by the FBI, and they taped him, and he said, my brother Bill Clinton, why his nickname is Hoover because he likes cocaine so much.
I thought it was Slick Willie, but that's funny.
Bill Hoover, Slick Willie Clinton. Well, what goes better than cocaine and pussy? I tell you what. So I haven't done coke in 20 years, right? But when I used to do blow, the guy I was getting it from, the guy I told you about in San Francisco, the only time he would ever do cocaine is if he was going to have sex. Because he's like, then I can have sex all night, you know?
It's like how Toby Keith releases, he can only release new albums whenever there's a terrorist attack or something. That's wildly specific.
There you go. Skate, skate.
Skeet, indeed.
But anyway, I digress. Let's get to Benjamin Amour.
So you actually can get more ironic than that, because unfortunately you didn't even get to the ironic part. But that's okay. It's one of the hardest things in the world to define. But you can get more ironic than that. And it starts with Alanis Morissette's song, Isn't It Ironic? Don't you think?
Okay.
Stay tuned for more and I'll tell you how.
I love it, Benjamin. You got my piqued. My curiosity is piqued now. Keith, will you hit that next message by Mindfuck?
Yeah.
Have you guys come across this TikTok account, a guy that's trapped in 2027? And apparently the only way he can communicate with 2021 and people is through TikTok. He lives in a world where there's no people. He's the only person. Have you heard about this guy yet?
Dude, I love that concept. What a brilliant concept, right?
That's every teenager on TikTok.
Dude, I think we should steal or join that concept and expand upon it. And just maybe just not steal it, just run with it. Let's just run with it and make his concept huge. Let's make it go viral. Let's do the same thing.
Good artists create the greatest artists. Please.
Mimicry, right? That's it. Mimicry. There's only so many notes on a guitar neck, right? They've all been played a gazillion times, more times than we even know, than are written. However, somebody creates a new fucking badass song every day. So how is that possible? Same thing. Same thing.
The Nickelback algorithm.
That's right. Not the Nickelback. I mean, they don't suck as bad as they're made out to suck, but they suck horribly.
Well, we all just don't want to be big. Shut up, Chad. Calm down.
I mean, they're not as bad as that Pearl Jam wannabe band, which was, what was that one like? Hey, yeah, all we do sing about fucking Jesus. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Shit.
Creed. Oh, yeah.
Where you take me?
Jeremy stands and delivers. Nobody wants to hear your fucking Bible verse. Yeah.
6 feet from the edge, and I should be 6 feet closer, buddy.
No, I'm going to push you over the edge, bitch, and shut the fuck up about Jeebus. Jeebus was a fucking stoner hippie, drank wine, hung out with gay people and hookers. So how do we get all these closed-minded, hypocritical fucks that quote Jeebus? That's what I want to know. I think you could be. Who am I to say you're not?
Right.
Who's anybody to say you're not?
What if God was Keith Burr?
That's right.
Let's see. We got my five.
What if God was gay on the bus?
Hey, we need to make America gay again.
That's right. We need to make America gay again, and we got to start with Jeebus. Okay? Now, who's with me? Who's with me? Can I give a for the Lord? Now you got to take it for the Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Little pelvic thrust from heaven.
You got to take it for the Lord. Take the Lord's love, and it ain't going to feel good.
Every time that happens, an angel gets their wings. Too many angels have wings.
Every time a fresh anus bleeds, an angel gets its wings.
I have a joke about that. I'm like, what if heaven's a finite space and the angels are just in there fucking smashed up on top of each other because we're horrible people?
Yeah, exactly, right? And they're like, fucking goddamn it, go enjoy yourself. Have some fucking sex. Go drink. Do something. We're fucked up here. We're raised like fucking chickens in a cage.
Be hedonistic. I mean, fuck, do stuff to just crazy extent. No moderation. No. You have to
Dude, if God made us in his spitting image, then all my perverted thoughts are God given.
Oh yeah,
right?
He's a monster.
He's a kinky bastard, I'll tell you what. Epstein was created by Jesus, wasn't he? Yes, he was.
And he was one of the chosen. I mean,
if you want to believe that roll of bullshit, and I clearly I don't. My father was a minister. A minister.
So
he didn't practice
bullshit.
Yeah, from a mile away. I can smell him.
I can smell it preaching from a mile away.
I can smell religion from a mile away. Yeah, exactly. Dude, at 5, I'm not even lying to you right here. This is truth, bro. I'm telling truth right here. At 5 years old, I made my dad pay me to start going to church because I saw the hypocrisy. At
Holy
5.
Shit. No, you don't. my grandma started giving me money at 6 to memorize Bible verses because I wouldn't
Same
go.
thing, dude. So there you go. But by the time I was 9, bro, the money wasn't worth it, and I would not go. And he threw me in the car because my dad played college football. He was huge, 6'2", 250 pounds. He's a big dude. Grabbed me, threw my ass in the car, took me to church. But when we got there, I was like, oh, hell no. I was like a little banshee, dude. I had hold of the car seat. I'm trying to kick him in the face and shit. I would not let go of the car seat. I'm screaming. I'm kicking. He's in the church parking lot, and it looks like he's totally abusing his child, right? So he stopped.
Indoctrination is abuse, I think.
Yeah. So he stopped, and he let me just sit in the car, and I sat in the car for the whole church service as he went in, and that was the absolute last fucking time he made me go to church.
Embarrass me in front of my people like this.
Right. I was like, okay, you're going to make me play like that? But at 9, I got it. I was like, okay, I'll play by any means necessary, motherfucker. I'm not going. So how bad do you want it to get? You know?
See, I'm glad that my dad he was not religious at all. Like, of course he has, like, beliefs and whatnot, like a person should, their personal beliefs in it, but, it wasn't a shared one that was agreed upon by everybody. A fucking.
No, my dad was brainwashed, bro. He was also a psychologist, a family therapist, but he'd never taken psychedelics, but he thought they would make you crazy and make you jump off a building. I was selling acid in high school.
I wasn't selling acid, but I was selling weed in high school.
Me too. Weed, coke, acid, you name it. I was slinging it.
We didn't get any of that here.
I'm in California, baby.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's a wild west.
An hour from San Francisco. My friends would take the bus as high school kids. They'd take the bus to San Francisco. They'd go buy a sheet of acid, 100 hits of acid for like $2 each. Then they'd bring it back to the hometown, and they'd sell it for like $5 or $6 a hit to all their friends. And it would, and they'd sell it like overnight, right?
Oh,
so every weekend they're going to San Francisco, but what ballsy kids, right? Like are you kidding me?
Oh, I've done some ballsy stuff, but damn.
They're taking a bus ride from an hour from a cow town into the big city, and then they're wheeling and dealing, buying acid. Like, holy shit, nobody was doing that. These are some two entrepreneurial kids, right?
That's what I was gonna say. That's that entrepreneurial mindset.
And one of them is a baller entrepreneurial to this day. Yeah.
Sell me this pen.
No, he's a health nut. He's totally sober.
Oh no, I was just quoting Wolf of Wall Street where he says, "Sell me this pen."
Right. Yeah, exactly. But if you got something that sells itself, you don't have to sell the pen.
No, yeah, you create a need. I mean,
weed, psychedelics, they sell themselves, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about drugs; they work.
Well, and some drugs, all drugs work, but do they work in a good way and a good way for a long term, right? So I've done most drugs. But most powdered drugs, I find totally negative. Might have fun in the short term, but it's going to fuck you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have
any kind of opiate, same thing.
I'm very well versed in my opiates.
Oh, yeah. I got back injuries. So I got addicted to opiates for the first time at 17, thanks to our medical system. And
17.
No way.
No, shit you not. I was taking Lortab 10s.
For what?
Like a half of one. Oh, I think it was for a hand injury. But
okay, I had a back injury. So they gave me Percocet, Valium, Flexeril, Vicodin.
Vicodin for the breakthrough.
And so, so I'm eating those things. But I was fucked up, bro. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I'd take a shit like every 3 days. I'd muscle myself out of bed. But I was literally bedridden. I missed half of my senior year of high school. I was told I'd never walk again, that I'd never have sex. Thank God, neither one of those came to be true.
Wow.
But I thought I was
Major
done.
surgeries. Like
No,
that's
none.
wow.
Never had back surgery, dude.
Man, my
Um,
girlfriend, she had
I've had two miracle healers though, like
what,
energy
marijuana
workers.
oh,
No, energy worker type healers. Like two, I've had a ton, right, of chiropractors, yada 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 yada, acupuncture, anything you can imagine, masseuses, but two that were just absolutely next level, can't even explain to you how it worked, and they just
in
fixed me.
tune.
One of them told me, I think this is mostly relating to father issues, and it's never really going to be as bad again after this. And it wasn't.
I had father issues. Well, still, but
Like, what? Dude, the guy never touched my body. When I went in there, he measured my feet were like a half-inch different length because my hips were so out of place because my disc was out. But he never did an adjustment like a chiropractor, like to pop it back in. All he did was this weird energy work above my body, like 6 inches above my body. And some of it
you
was
don't
like
think it
him.
was just psychosomatic or
No, dude, because I'm a total skeptic, but I'm an open-minded skeptic. So I'm like the whole time I'm like, this guy's so full of shit. You need to crack my back. What the fuck are you doing? The whole time I'm thinking that. Then
holy shit.
at the end he measures my fucking feet, dude, and they're even. He fixed he leveled them out without fucking crack.
You found the Romani gypsy.
Dude, I only
Congratulations,
got to
bitch.
see this guy like
That's amazing, dude.
twice. His name was Dr. Baldwin. And my girlfriend at the time, fiance at the time, met him through a group of friends, and he would only communicate by word of mouth. The only way you would find out about this guy is if somebody told you about him. But he's this weird kind of gypsy healer. So the time I saw him, dude, he was in a fucking skyscraper at Kearney and California Street, downtown California. Somebody had lent him a vacant medical office building. So I walk in, and we got the whole floor of a skyscraper with a view of the bay and everything, and it's just this one guy. It was out of the Twilight Zone, bro. Like, he didn't pay for the office, somebody just lent it to him to do his thing, right? And then all of a sudden after that, he got this calling like, oh, I'm going to India. I got a calling to go to India. And he's one of those guys. Yeah. Fucking wild, man.
I'll say you have to let yourself just be open to the inspiration and go with it.
Yeah. I mean, question everything, but be open-minded, right?
The hopeful skeptic.
Totally. You want to hit that next one?
I had the last one if you want to try that algorithm thing.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh my god. That is
Short-term memory
the
loss.
fucking worst story ever, to have to learn what sleep paralysis is and the benefits of it for our body. Oh my god, you just fucking said that. Like, damn. If I could right now, I would stand up and I would slow clap for that one. Oh my god, you got me dying right now. I'm fucking crying. Like, holy shit. He took a dump in their kitchen. Oh my man.
Straight up true story, rah. I swear to God. 16-year-old kid. They take me out drinking. We went to like what they call a discotheque, a dance club, and I just drank until they ran out of rum, till they ran out of whatever, brandy, then till they ran out of beer. And next thing I know, I'm dancing in the middle of a dance floor, and I just pass out cold in the middle of the dance floor. Next thing I remember, I'm just falling down. Like, I remember falling down, but I couldn't control myself. And then people are picking me up, and they carried me and put me in this van. And I'm like 16, right? And they couldn't bring me I'm an exchange student, and they couldn't bring me to the house I was staying at because I was so fucked up that I would be an embarrassment. Oh, God. So they took me to this chick's boyfriend's house, some dude. So I
You
wake
know,
up in a foreign country in some dude's house. I don't even like. I think I met him 5 minutes before we went out, or whatever. I was out with it. Whatever. He was
your best
part of the
friend.
family basically. He had my back. He saved my ass. Oh my god.
That's crazy, man.
Turns
I
out what
love
he did for a living is his dad imported cars from San Diego down to Mexico and sold them as a profit. His dad was out of town, so he had the whole house to himself. So I woke up in this rich kid's house in Mexico with a fucking pool and a bar by the pool and everything. But I woke up with him going, hey man, go take a look in the kitchen. I go look in the kitchen, and when he wakes me up, I'm naked with shit smeared all over my butt. And then I go look in the kitchen, and there's like, oh God, you got to be kidding me. It was out of a movie. It was horrible.
Man, you know, that makes me happy. That makes me feel better about things that I've done.
I'm glad it makes you happy.
It's like the same reason I watch Locked Up Abroad whenever I'm feeling down.
Yeah, so you don't do that, right?
Right?
Let me learn what not to do.
Or just laugh at other people. Oh, feel better that I'm not as unfortunate as somebody got stuck in Bolivia in the jail or something for like some ridiculous crime or whatever. Oh, did you
Yeah.
hear about Eric C. Kahn? Speaking of South America, for some reason, that just popped
No,
in my
tell
head.
me.
We had this Social Security lawyer here, and he was like, he defrauded the Social Security system out of millions and millions of dollars. And he had all these judges around here in his pocket and other people. And well,
Like they do.
But yeah, and like as you do, being
As you do.
a lawyer. And they finally caught him, and they were going to prosecute him, and they let him go after to come back to trial for sentencing, and he cut his ankle bracelet off on the highway. They found his ankle bracelet like outside of the airport here in Lexington. He went to South America, and it's like a hillbilly DB Cooper shit. It's like he went down there. He was I guess what do you call it whenever you're on the fucking what on the lam? And they found him in a Pizza Hut somewhere in Argentina, I think, or somewhere. But I just thought it was the craziest thing. Pizza Hut in South America. Oh, that's it. Oh shit. What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. I was like, where did he go?
Pizza Hut, South America, and then it goes all south from there, right? Like you think you're just getting pizza.
No, he went north. They extradited him.
But I didn't order a side of abduction.
You never do. You never do.
You never do, right? Yeah.
Let's see. We got a bunch more messages here to get through.
If I ever talk about third world problems, I always do it in the third person. I find it a little more bearable that way. So you might want to try that approach. I could just be a first person problem though, I don't know.
Oh, that was great.
That takes therapy to realize, like, motherfucker, I'm selfish.
That was acrobatics right there. I mean, there was psychology, there was comedy, it was witty. Like, damn.
It was my Amaru.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Have you seen the God that most of the Midwest subscribes to and the Appalachians and whatnot, you know?
Oh, damn. I thought that if I paused it, it would. If I hit play again, it would pause it, but instead it started over. I want to hear where he's going with that. Mountain Dew.
Oh, come on, man. Have you seen the God that most of the Midwest subscribes to and the Appalachians and whatnot, you know? Their God plays that song. So,
there we go.
You know, they're the ones that take the Bible quite literally, you know? In the beginning, there was light. Could that be a metaphor? No, man. God just went click.
Yeah, yeah. He works in mysterious ways.
See, I think AC/DC had it right? Like in the beginning, back in 1965, man didn't know about a rock and roll show and all that jive. There were 16 million fingers learning how to play. And if you could listen to the fingers, this is what they say. Let there be right. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I think you're on the right track. I think you're just equating the wrong song with being correct. I'm thinking Highway to Hell.
I'm on the highway to hell.
No, I have to be. I'm paving it. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And I'm painting it right behind you with star-spangled blood stripes. Oh.
I don't know how much I trust you behind me.
And we're saving money by filling the potholes with the bones of brown people. So y'all ought to be proud of your tax dollars, right? Right?
We're filling these potholes with the money that we steal from people selling pot, and putting them in prison for 20 years.
That's right. And oh, check this out. So I got busted growing weed in San Francisco under Cunt Mala. Cunt Mala Harris was the DA of California at the time. She did not want, or the DA of San Francisco at the time. She did not want, no, of California. The Attorney General of California, sorry. She did not want to let my case get dropped. No priors. Right, no priors, no weapons, no violence, no nothing. Just growing a bunch of plants. She wanted to prosecute me to the full extent of the law. 3 felonies, 5 misdemeanors. I would have lost my right to vote. I would have been in jail for 10 years. Would have ended my life. Right, I couldn't have gone into real estate. Couldn't have gone into property management. Couldn't get a student loan. Right.
I mean, you can't do anything.
Can't do jack shit if you got a felony.
When people have DUIs and then you have to take those driving classes and then also have a job for probation, that's fucking. How are you supposed to take yourself to a job every day, like consistently, without a fucking license?
Right. Good luck in our society that doesn't have fucking mass transit.
Yeah, it does, but it's only for drugs. I mean, the government uses it.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't have public transit, is what I'm saying, right? There's no high-speed rail. Like, high-speed rail was invented in this country, but the only place we have it is fucking Disneyland and Disney World.
The important places, right?
Right, the important places. Not between like Boston and Chicago, not between New York and San Francisco. The important places. Disney World, Disneyland.
Yeah, tourist dollars, baby. They spend.
Yep. Well, and the lobbying dollars of the oil companies and the tire companies, right? Keeping that motherfucking car on the road, 3,000 miles.
Yeah, right? Fuck on green, fill her up.
Exactly. Fill her up, motherfucker. Pay up. Basically, it's strong arming. Pay up, bitch.
Yeah, right. Lobbyists are a different kind of fucked up.
Yeah, talk about a how do you sleep at night kind of person. Well, you know how they sleep at night? They're sociopaths.
They're just fine. They sleep just fine.
They sleep wonderfully in a beautiful house with a fucking, whatever you call that high-end mattress. Oh, memory foam, right?
The cocaine man's mattress?
Yeah, that's right. They're on a Serta pillow top with memory foam, right?
Yeah, and they're listening to, a podcast about murder.
Yeah, on their Bose stereo system.
Yeah, they call it ambient noise.
And then you got ASMR. Don't even get me started.
I'm thinking of what ASMR could stand for from that point of view. Yeah, I don't want to say it.
I don't think we can say it, but we might get banned, bro. I read your mind. And I'm right there with you. We could do a whole show on that, though, on Anchor, and not get banned.
Dude, I love Anchor.
Let's do it.
I need to learn how to use it better.
I can teach you. It's all good. I love it.
let's get. I don't know. Let's get on
The
to
only-
this question here.
The only thing that, the only reason I like stereo better than Anchor is because we can get callers to call in. Like on Anchor,
Yeah,
you can't get messages. So that's
Right.
kind of lame. But
only till after you can get them after they can leave them. But not
yeah,
during.
but then that makes it weird because then how do you put that in the show? And it makes it weird.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no continuity for it.
It's not in real time. There's no continuity. Yeah, so I don't use it. Yeah.
I
So it's a
love it.
wasted
We're
feature.
doing a horrible job of getting at these questions.
We
keep
are.
getting sidetracked.
I'm gonna shut up and you go ahead and hit 3 messages because I'm being terrible right now.
No,
I apologize.
no, we are terrible together. You know,
I'm a goddamn chatterbox.
I'm a bag full of cats, baby. You know.
And remember, at one time, God was the type of guy that wiped out the entire fucking planet and wiped out a city named Sodom. But apparently, it's okay for Catholic chicks to give you their ass and their mouth, but not their vagina. So they get a pass as long as they give you the ass. But, which is usually called sodomy last time I checked. But the city called Sodom isn't okay. So why? Oh, it's because of the why. I get it now. Damn. See what happens? Bible's got some crazy shit in there, man. Consistently contradictive.
So what I'm hearing right now is that God was the original person that grabbed by the pussy. All right,
The OP, the original
Yeah.
pervert. Holy.
original pussy. OPG.
You know what I call Jeebus? I call him the OH, the original hippie. And not necessarily a peaceful hippie. I mean, he might have been like the Charles Manson type. You don't know. You never know. He was just a scary dude with long hair that got a bunch of people to follow him, and enough people to follow him that the kings of Israel were like, "Wait, you call yourself the king of Israel? Hey, we got a pretty good gig going. I think you're dead."
Yeah, Jesus, I thought that I was convincing.
That was literally a boring story. And that's how you use literally, right? Dun 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 dun. The more you know.
Greetings, fellow Earthlings, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. We're going to continue this topic tomorrow, so please tune in at the same time. And remember, if you dig what I'm doing, please do share with friends.